The state of policing in America.
Hot topic.
Hot topic. I have a cricket sound effect. I don't know what button it is, so I didn't want to push it. But how have things changed since we've been cops?
Gosh, a lot.
Name something. Name something that when you started would be like, no now.
Body-worn camera.
Oh, yeah. No, that was like a,
Yeah.
We were like, nah, we don't need that.
Yeah.
We're not going to wear this. Why do we need this?
Yeah.
Crown Vics.
Oh, good one. That's a good one. There's probably some people listening who still drive Crown Vic, so. If they're sub 100,000 miles, put that thing in a museum.
Yep.
Right. What about for you? What about, you started a couple years after us, about 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, BWCs.
That's a big one. But as simple as, in California, drug possession was a felony, meth and heroin.
Right. Yep.
And now people get tickets for it.
Now traffic's the thing.
You say that because that's just what you do.
Traffic violations.
Yeah.
Get you every time.
So things have changed a lot. And I think everybody listening out there is going to realize that things have changed immensely in the last 5 years, I would say, at minimum. But if you started long before that, some of that stuff got ingrained in you. And it's hard to, when you have new people and rookies, and it's hard to explain that, hey, this is how it was back then, how things were different. How would you guys describe policing today? Like, is there a favorable view of your job personally, or is that something you guys are struggling with? Don't look so excited.
No, I'm thinking. Yeah, I think it's still a noble career. A lot of people still appreciate what we do. I think now I still see more people thanking me or us for our service. That really hasn't changed. I think what's changed mostly is there was a louder minority of people that are speaking up more against us versus the people that were praising us before. Mm-hmm. So I think we're just seeing a higher voice on the opposite side.
Do you think that that's driving the people who are more supportive to come out and actually say, hey, by the way? Like, are you noticing that more than you did years ago?
I think it's been the same. I think there's a few. I think some people it depends on the personality. They might kind of shy away and go, oh, I don't want to get too loud, and maybe someone else hears that and doesn't agree with me.
Right.
So I'm going to be more reserved about that versus someone that's always going to have that support and going to say it no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about for you?
I agree. I think that the silent majority is definitely the silent majority. And I still see it. I don't really see too much pushback from a lot of people other than, just certain comments or something on scene, or, they're brief. They're not anything that I really come across, at least in my
right. Well, and
experience.
I think it's always been this way, but especially now with social media, we hear the term keyboard warrior, right? I think a lot of people are that way when it comes to law enforcement. They get on Facebook and Instagram and they want to bash. But the reality is when they're confronted with a law enforcement officer or they're in the field dealing with something, they're not going to say those things because it's intimidating, right? But when they bind together and they have a group, I think that's when they become more vocal. And I think we need that silent majority to really step up now.
I agree.
And that's ultimately what we're trying to do with our social media is to get that message out there that, what you're seeing and what you're being fed is not who is behind the badge for the most part, right?
Right.
We're not perfect. We're never going to be perfect, but we're people, just like the people we arrest.